are in good shape.
Yeah.
Good morning to you.
You ain't here.
Monday, right? It is Monday here in Indianapolis where, yeah, it is a very, very, very foggy start. Welcome to your Monday. Glad you're up with us. I'm Julia, along with Samantha, who is in for Julia this morning, and Chuck, who is trying to find the moon like the rest of us.
That's right. It's Monday. It's a little dreary out there,
Yeah.
but we're going to make it through. We'll be
That's
just
right.
fine.
This is one of the stranger days that we've had this season because we've got winds that will gust to nearly 40 miles per hour later today. We have no wind out there right now, which means we have rain and mist and fog. In fact, this is a live look at 6 o'clock at downtown Indianapolis. We can see the Circle of Lights, the World War Memorial, and folks, that's about it as this rain is falling now. Visibility 3 miles at the airport, 1 mile right now in Bloomington and in Richmond this morning. Look at this line of rain. This is the first of maybe a few that we will see during the course of the day. So here's Indianapolis, here's Greenwood. Let me go south first. This is starting to move into Monroe County. Very heavy rain just south of Bloomington at Lake Monroe, Bedford, Paoli, French Lick, all with extremely heavy downpours of rain. This has moved through Greencastle, now at Stilesville, Coatesville. Danville, you've already got some heavy rain knocking on your door. Same for Avon. This has moved through Ladoga, now is at Advance and Thorntown. Let's go farther on north. Now Logansport, you've had some rain in between you and also up near Peru. Now, in the past 24 hours, you would think a lot more rain has fallen than this because it seems it's been wet now for 24 hours. Really not that much has fallen. It's all been light. We will catch up, though, with the rain that's coming through this morning. 50 out there right now. That's right, 50 degrees, 52 in Bloomington, 48 in Kokomo. Hey, Richmond, you're at 49 and Terre Haute at 53. Now we're beginning to also see in some areas, that's why the visibility is improving in places like Muncie and Danville, Illinois, because the wind there now gusting to 21 miles per hour, and we might double that later today as we get up to 60 degrees later today. A reminder, sunset at 5:22. All right, we've got a lot going on in traffic this morning downtown, and I would say this. If you're coming up from the south and you traditionally go through the north split, I would put a hold on that for a little while. Look at the backup. So here's the crash. This is where 70, where you peel off either east or west at the top of the north split. And that area of red, that is the backup that goes northbound all the way south of Washington this morning. This is a look at the North Split area. It's very difficult to see this, but there are some delays there right now. 465 and I-69 on the city's north side. We did have some backups near 106th Street. We are looking really good, though, there at that location right now. Your drive times, Fishers to 465, 60 miles per hour, 70 to 69 on 465 on the east side at 65 miles per hour, Sam.
All right, Chuck, thank you. We've got breaking news right now at 6 o'clock. We've been following several overnight shootings really since we started this morning at 4 o'clock.
So right now we can tell you police are looking into a string of shootings that happened within miles of each other in the metro area. Let's get out to this map. This shows you the 4 shootings right now that are under investigation. And we're just learning within the last hour that the victim that was shot near Post Road and Pendleton Pike has died. Lawrence PD says an officer was patrolling in that area when they heard the shots and responded. That officer found the victim and helped get them to the hospital.
So our Matthew Foltz is covering another one of those deadly shootings. This happened at an apartment complex near 21st and Franklin Road. Matthew, what do we know from police right now?
Well, yeah, Samantha and Julia, we do know that one man has died here or at that apartment complex. We know what happened at the Olivewood apartment complex. Meanwhile, this morning, we're working to learn the name of the man who was shot and killed. Now, Metro Police tell us that this shooting happened just after midnight, around 12:30. They say they got a call for a welfare check of a person who was down at that apartment complex. When officers got on the scene, that's where they found that man with gunshot wounds. They treated him at the scene and then transported him to a nearby hospital where he unfortunately later died. Police say they also got a call about 30 minutes prior to that shooting for shots called at that same location. And this morning, they're starting to work to determine if those two calls may have been related. Meanwhile, here's what police, the message they have to the public this morning. Take a listen.
We need to find better ways to work this out, whether it's communication or just ignoring each other. Staying off of social media so we're not upsetting people by making comments on social media that upset some people, that things just shouldn't be like this close to the holidays.
Yeah, certainly a strong message from IMPD this morning. Meanwhile, again, we're still working to learn the name of the man who was killed at the Olivewood Apartments. We do expect the Marion County coroner to release his name later today. Meanwhile, if you have any information or doorbell video that could help police in their investigation, they want to hear from you. You can also call Crime Stoppers. That number is 317-262-TIPS.
All right, thank you, Matthew.
Yeah, and like he mentioned there too, IMPD is investigating a double shooting, this one near 38th and Arlington Avenue. Police say 2 women were shot in what appears to be a targeted shooting. This happened on Sawyer Court. Both of those women were taken to the hospital in stable condition, but dozens of shell casings were found near the scene. We could see bullet holes through windows and the siding of that home too. We'll be sure to keep you updated. Take a look at this. Right now, we are working to get more information about an accident that caused an ambulance to flip onto its side. We want to show you the scene last night near Michigan and Oriental Streets. This morning, we are reaching out to IMPD to see if there were any serious injuries from this accident. We'll be sure to let you know when we learn more.
Well, Metro Police are investigating a hit and run on the east side that killed a motorcyclist. This happened just after 8 last night near 16th and Post Road. That motorcyclist was taken to the hospital in critical condition but didn't survive. Metro Police say that the vehicle that hit the motorcycle took off. So we're working to get a description of that vehicle or a possible suspect if we can. Well, a family is mourning after an 82-year-old woman died in a house fire on Indy's southeast side. This was Saturday at this home near Thompson Road and Emerson Avenue. Firefighters say that they saw smoke coming from the home and they learned that someone was trapped inside, but that's when they discovered the woman dead. According to IFD, family members say that the woman lived alone and that she lived in the home for more than 30 years. IFD is still investigating what started the fire. Indiana's first execution in almost 15 years is set to happen this week.
Joseph Corcoran is scheduled to be put to death before sunset on Wednesday. He was convicted of murdering 4 people in 1997 up in Fort Wayne, and that included his brother, his sister's fiance, and 2 of their friends. But on Saturday, protesters hoping to stop that execution, they got together in downtown Fort Wayne. They're hoping Governor Holcomb will intervene and commute his sentence to life in prison. Some Indiana lawmakers, including Republicans, have recently made statements against the death penalty, and that gives some of those protesters hope.
We're very much hoping that that will give Governor Holcomb more permission to choose life for this man who does not understand his crime, does not understand the punishment, and our community will not be served by having one more person killed.
Well, Corcoran's attorneys say that he has a history of severe mental illness, including a diagnosis of paranoid schizophrenia. His attorneys have filed motions in state and federal court to stay his execution, but they've all been denied. They do plan to file a new appeal in federal court, and if that also fails, they may appeal to the Supreme Court.
Your time now 6:08. Happening today, hospitals in Marion County are putting temporary visitor restrictions in place, and this is because of recent increases in respiratory viruses. So now hospitals won't allow visitors younger than 18. Anyone with a fever, cough, headache, sore throat, or runny nose will not be allowed to visit either. So those impacted hospitals include those within Community Health Network, Franciscan Health, Ascension St. Vincent, IU Health, and Eskenazi. Community Health Network says it's implementing similar restrictions at locations outside of Marion County.
Hey, in just a few hours, we'll learn more about the next steps for a troubled townhome complex on Indy's far east side. Town and Terrace was built more than 60 years ago near 42nd and Post Road. And while it was once a thriving community, it is now known for crime and vandalism. After years of legal battles, the city announced that it will demolish that property and redevelop this area. The first vacant building in the complex was torn down in April of last year, and the city is planning to start demolishing 8 more vacant buildings this month. Well, your time right now is 6:09. The Colts fans may be waking up feeling a little sad, singing a different tune this Monday than you were going into the weekend.
Yeah, singing the blues,
Yeah.
I think, on a Monday. We caught up with a few of the Colts fans after last night's loss. They tell us despite the poor showing, they're not ready to throw in the towel just yet.
It's been up and down, like we've had injuries, they benched Richardson for a little bit, so I'm glad he's coming back playing well. I got a lot of faith in Richardson. I was kind of mad about the benching because, he hasn't had a lot of time to play and he needs that experience, but outside of that, I think it's going to be good.
All right, so Dominic Miranda will join us at 6:45 this morning for our Colts wake-up call to break down everything we saw last night in Denver. Hey, Chuck.
Good morning, 6:10. Hey, we've got lightning to our south this morning, just south of Bloomington, and some heavy rain starting to move into Danville and Avon. It's going to be a damp Monday, but a warm one too. Your forecast is coming up.
We mentioned it. Where do they go from here, right? That's the big question this morning on the minds of Colts fans after that loss to the Broncos. So Dominic Miranda will be back at 6:45.
And the latest from Syria this morning, as U.S. leaders make contact with the insurgent group now in control of the country. The American journalist Anne Marine at the center of negotiations with this rebel group when we return. Your time.